What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Thursday, or maybe it's Friday for some of y'all. Like early morning Friday. It's still relatively early for me here, Thursday morning, here in the good old U.S. of A. So, oh, I was wondering why I was hearing an echo. Let me go ahead and turn that down, and I think we shall be good to go. So what do we have today? There's always something going on, right? There's just always something going on. Now I did a video separately on this already, but it's a little bright. Whoa, chill. Let's go ahead and do night mode. So I just dropped the video for this. So we don't need to talk about it too much, but there were some changes to the way that rating. Why does it keep going all white or light mode? There we go. There were some changes to the way that ranked battle and league rating are going to be calculated, and then of course some stuff with mana cap too. But I actually haven't even checked in to see where the market is at. That's usually part of my morning routine, but I've been so thrown off from my morning. I just want to see where we're at from. DEC was at 760 splintoshis for a little while yesterday, and I was like, is this the run? Are we here yet? But not quite. I don't know where Bitcoin is at, but I am curious to see. Let's go to CoinGecko. Oops. And I'm just all over the place. CoinGecko. 23,938. Actually, this is a great. If you're not taking advantage of the arbitrage on Hive Engine, I would definitely take a peek at that. Because check this out, 23,938. So this is under 24K. And then when you look at Hive Engine, for example, swap.btc is trading $400 above that. So of course, there's not like a ton of liquidity to take full advantage of it, I would say. But ultimately, I don't know. Ultimately, I've taken advantage of it a couple times. It's been kind of nice. So you can see the arbitrage there again. All right, so we got SPS holding steady above 2.8 cents. I think it dropped a little bit lower yesterday. GLX just keeps creeping up and up and up. I wonder if it'll stay above 3.8 today. We've generally seen it in kind of like the 3.5-ish range. This is interesting. Forgium has decoupled from DEC, and not in a good way. So I don't know what's going on there. Let me see what the spread is. Yeah, that spread is not. It's not looking really nice. That's not to say you shouldn't go play Splinter Forge. I'm just curious as to how they were planning to keep that peg. If they're just printing their own token, and I actually don't even know how many. There were never any tokenomics there was never a white paper released for Forgium. That's something that I really wanted to understand. Holy crap, XBot is above 111. Yo, where's the Archmage thing at? Archmage is at $23. That's not bad. Yeah, ultimately though, DEC, SPS, GLX. When I usually come in the morning, these are the ones that I'm checking, right? DEC, SPS, GLX, GLGT is cool too. I'm just waiting for it to pop so I can sell it. Actually, who here is planning on getting a validator node license for GLX or the GLS platform? I want one, but I want to get airdropped one. And so I'm wondering what the appetite for the pre-sale will actually be, because as it stands right now, I don't think I have it open here, but I'll check my computer. If we go onto GLS, there has been less than 5,000. Oh, no. Looks like somebody burned more GLX today, or between last night and today. There's 6,000, a little over 6,000 GLUSD that has been minted. So people are definitely getting ready, but it's not gonna happen till like mid to late March. So there's some time there. All right, sorry. Let me get into the chat and see who we got here. Andrew Johnston, good morning. Dice 12, good morning. So rank changes, that's exciting. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Just the idea of not dropping to the level below, the league below, if you make it to the highest tier, right? Silver 1, Gold 1, Diamond 1, or even Champ 1. So it's like if you work your way up and you fight for that spot, you shouldn't have to grind through the highest level of the previous league. Again, it's bad for your R shares, and it's especially bad for your R shares, and that's compounded by the fact that you probably are going to start your new quest. Like if you drop from Gold 1 to Silver 1, you're going to start with a Gold daily, and you're going to be earning Silver R shares until you can make it through, and that's a grind, right? Getting from Silver 1 up to Gold 3, or Gold 1 to Diamond 3. So I'm a big fan of this. I think it'll remove a lot of headaches for players. It'll incentivize a lot more people to try and compete and get to the higher levels. So we'll see a lot more crowding at the ones of all the leagues, right? So people will be jumping up to Gold 1 or Silver 1 or Diamond 1. So ultimately, I'm a big fan. Morning, Kevin. How are things going? Things are going all right, man. It's been an interesting morning so far. I will say that, but we're kind of a little bit behind schedule, but maybe we'll just have a shorter stream today. See how things rock and roll here. I usually try to go until noon-ish my time, which is again another hour and a half. So Dice is saying, I'll take a free one for my current node, but not enough powder for another node. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. I'm not going to be smart enough or have the energy to go through and do the math. Maybe Gene Pool will share it for everyone, right? You get a ton of rewards from the nodes, but at this point, I'm not trying to use up any dry powder for that. If anything, I would rather. Like I almost think about it this way. It's just like, sure, nodes are cool. I want to have a node, and I'm planning to, hopefully with the airdrop, depending on what the ratio is. But from an upside potential, I almost feel like I'd rather just be getting into GLX right now. If you're gonna take like, what was it? Anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500. I don't know. I'd rather just own the GLX. I think there's a lot of upside potential for GLX. Not now, but once the game is out, and hopefully through like the second half of this year, if there's a solid economy there, if the MLS is exciting, and we get some solid collaborations or partnerships with players for marketing. So again, we're gonna get to see the pristine tokenomics of GLX in action, and we're actually gonna see if it works, because it's not proven, right? When I say pristine, they're perfect right now because there's no DEC overhang like there's for Splinterlands. They're pristine in the sense that it's just there's no GLUSD except what has been burned by of GLX. So obviously there's certain things that we still need to figure out, and the GLX distribution rate might be still very high, because like think about how high SPS is. Sorry, the distribution rate for SPS. GLX has a lower boundary, or lower cap or whatever. It's like 2 billion versus 3 billion, and granted 1.4 actually now with that passing, 1.38 billion of that, so roughly 70%, is locked away for future projects, unless of course they keep dipping into it for silly reasons. But and I know it passed. I voted against it, but I just it's just one of those things where I'm just like, well, why are we changing stuff? Yes, the game got delayed, people bought packs, like we don't need to keep on rewarding them. Like the game's gonna come out and it's gonna do, just give it a couple more months and we'll be fine. I'll be honest, the whole rollout of like the GLX pack staking thing was just weird to me, and I don't know if that was impacted a lot by the layoffs and all that, but it just seemed like stuff was changing every other week. So my hope now is all the craziness from the end of the year, from the layoffs and all that, hopefully that should be sorted through, and they do have a longer term kind of vision and to map that out. And again, they put out the what's that called? they put out the roadmap, which is good. That's always great, right? And now it seems as though there's an end date or a final date at which this game can be released, which is June 6th. So, there is that. Now, can the game come in later than June 6th? Absolutely. Am I expecting it on June 6th? Yes. I don't think it's going to come in earlier. So again, if it does, it's better. But I just, for my own mental sanity, I'm like, it's coming at the end of Q2. There'll be a lot of stuff on the Splinterlands side I'll be able to focus on between now and then. But pack opening might be happening within the next couple of weeks, so that's exciting. You're gonna have GLX, what's that called? The node licenses sales are gonna be happening, and then you're gonna have the GLX kind of pack open, GLG. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, what's the name of the game itself? Goals. We'll be able to start opening packs, which again, it's exciting just to see and start planning out the stats, but we still need to get a little bit more information on how the gameplay is actually going to go, synergies and all that. And that's actually a video that I wanted to do. Again, it was going to be all speculation. If I have time, maybe I'll do it. But I think that the way that your deck in a game like GLG is going to be designed is going to be very, very different than something like Splinterlands, because it doesn't seem like you're going to need a collection and you want access to everything. It sounds like you're going to need to pick different kinds of combos and strategies, and then you want to use that for like 90% of your games, and maybe have other decks to fill in the other 10%. But a lot of that is still up in the air. BC, good morning. Alex Toro, they just posted something on the official Splinterlands Discord, maybe on the Discord too, but definitely on their blog, covering the league changes. I did a video on it. Quick thing is that new player experience gets a lot better for Novice. They're running their own bots in Novice, which is awesome. Mana cap changes, they're adjusting that, so at the lower levels you shouldn't get super high mana caps, or at least less chance of high mana caps. And then the big thing, which was the rating changes. Now, if you make it to Gold 1, for example, let's put it this way: you don't drop down 3 levels, right? So if you were at Gold 1, you don't drop down to Gold 2, Gold 3, and then Silver 1. Now you drop down only 2 levels. So if you make it to the highest level within a league, right? So if you're at Gold 1, you just drop down to Gold 3. You don't drop all the way down to Silver 1, which is huge, right? And that's, I think, across the board from Silver all the way up to Champ. So I'm a big fan of that. So State of Survival says, I don't think the MLS game is going to be come out for a while, maybe even as late as end of the year. They can't do that. I mean, if they miss the entire season, that's gonna be real bad. I mean, they've already said, State of Survival, that the game should be out, again, by June 6th at the latest, right? Because they're saying they're going to run these pack staking rewards all the way until June 6th. So I think the team has some confidence that they will get a version of the game out by June 6th. So that to me is exciting, because at least we know we know what's going on, and we know that there's kind of like this end date, and that it could happen sooner, but at least there's an end date there of when we'll get a basic bare bones kind of skeleton of the game. And my guess is that we probably aren't too far off from maybe seeing a beta. Let me not misspeak. This is something on one of the more recent town halls, and again, they don't do town halls very often, so when I say recent town halls, it could have been like last month, but it was something like they were hoping to get the beta out in April and the game out in June, right? Or a game out by the end of Q2, right? That was kind of the rough time frame that they gave to us. And so now we know that June 6th is kind of their target end date. Like, that's the last possible date that they want to release the game. So if they were accurate on that, then I think that hopefully they were accurate on the fact that there should be a beta sometime in April, which again is I will say less than 2 months away, right? Because we're at the end of February already. So if it doesn't come out until the end of April, that's 2 months from here. It could come out early April. And ultimately it's exciting. I'm excited, man. Oh, by the way, hi. Hello. Welcome. Harris Ochoa, good morning. What's the league change hype? We were just talking about that. International Travel Channel in the house. What's going on? So Alex says, Dwayne said you and Tails ain't ish but futters. He did disagree with your bot strategy. What you got to say about it? Compared to Dwayne, I'm Papa Bear, right? Dwayne is Papa Bull and I'm Papa Bear. Dwayne's awesome though. Just really one of the nicest guys. One of the nicest guys I've met in the community and got to meet him at Splinterfest. So he disagrees with my bot strategy. I'll have to see what video that was. But here's the thing. He's disagreeing with the bot strategy, but at the same time, it's not like I'm out here running a bunch of bots either. So maybe I disagree with my own strategy. I'm just saying that the opportunity is there for people who for people who have a very long time horizon. If you believe in the long-term success of the game, I mean, it's there. It's possible. Actually, no, that's incorrect. I am botting. I'm botting one of my alt accounts now with just like level 1 cards that I have as extra. How is that bot doing, by the way? I'm so curious. Did it ever make it up into silver? Where you at, bot? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's still in bronze, but it has an 1100 rating. It has an 1100 rating. So the rating inflation for the win. I'm curious if I've gotten any splintershare.info. I wonder if I'm earning any cards with that. What I'm more excited about is once season rentals come in, I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be playing multiple accounts, which will be exciting because I just love playing, and I'm running out of ECR and all that on my main. So once season rentals potentially come in, I don't want to buy a bunch of cards, but if I could rent cards for an entire season on my alt accounts, then I will just rent the cards. Maybe I'll have a bot play sometimes, but it's like anytime I'm feeling the itch, I'll just look at like whichever account has the most ECR in it, and then I'll just go and play. And then it won't be like, oh, I don't want to touch it because I don't want to mess up my ECR and the bot's playing whatever. But I don't know. We'll see. So I've been playing in Diamond with my gold level deck. I really want to start maxing cards. I also keep getting stuck with Diamond Brawls as well. Yeah, man, it's rough. I'm kind of in the same boat. Most of my cards are still gold level, although this past season, maybe even season and a half, I did get a couple of level 10 stuff from or not level 10, but max stuff from Darkest Night. So that has been helping, especially for Kelia. Thanks for all the vids and live streams you're bringing. My wife got pregnant of our third child, so it's about time for me to spend all my time to finish our house gardens. Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, congratulations. Lucky number 3. You won't be hanging around as much anymore. Appreciate all the talks though. Well, you know what, man? You got some awesome, important things to be doing. So I am very happy for you, your wife, your family. That's really exciting. And, hopefully when things quiet down for you, hopefully by the time things quiet down for you, or whenever you do get a chance to pop back into, not the channel, but the game itself, things will be in an even more exciting place. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Kevin. SPL is running their own bots. Yeah, only a novice, and apparently they're going to run them terribly. It's actually what I like about this is it is part of the tutorial. They're viewing this as like part of a tutorial for new players starting off in novice, which again, all new players have to start in novice, even those who are using like the nifty decks, for example, right? So I think ultimately it'll be a good thing. Black Coffee, hello. Oh, that's it. I like those changes. Me too. What's going on, Daniel? Aaron Kennedy, good morning. Hopped on the announcement. Yeah, see, it was a solid announcement, guys. I think overall, we're feeling pretty good on this. After sound, any current openings in your guild? Not that I'm aware of. Let's check. Luthien just took a spot. Let's see here. Oh no, I think I gotta pick a thing. Let's see. Prep stage. I didn't get a reminder, did I? Oh man, there's nothing available. Am I in one of these? I want the merits, yo. Maybe we do. I mean, if nobody's gonna jump into the gold foil bronze, then maybe I'll do that one and rent some cards. Actually, I have some cards already, so. And now there's like no point in renting them out because level 1 gold cards are like blah. In fact, let's see what the deck looks like, because hopefully it shouldn't be too crazy to rent. Oh, I'm sorry. You asked a question. I was trying to answer the question for you. I am sorry. As of now, it looks like we are packed 30 out of 30. But feel free to keep asking. Whenever there's like slackers, they do get booted. I'm gonna see if there's any slackers right now. Well, our leader, our leader, I don't know what they're doing. But where's Guarana been? Guarana's in wild 900. All right. Well, there may be a reckoning coming soon. I don't know. All right. So in terms of play, no, let's not do playable. Let's do owned. Actually, what gladiator cards? Oh, I even have some gold foil gladiators. So wish I had a gold Korra, then I could just spam my way through that. This is a solid gold deck. I probably would just rent out maybe Quicks. Actually, I don't even need a gold Quicks. I could probably rent out a gold, whatever cheap card. But I have most of the splinters covered here. What am I missing? Oh, Death. Yeah, we can find a Death. We could probably rent a Death, and then let's see. There might be some key cards that I would want to rent. Definitely some key cards that I'd want to rent per splinter. But it's not terrible. I think we can definitely do this. Yeah. We're gonna try and take one for the team, as Harris said. Yeah, I even have the Curse Windeku. That's all you need in bronze, right? So I just need a summoner for Death, and then a summoner for Dragon as well. Oh yeah, I got these guys. We're good. Neutral. Oh, I even got the bear. Let's go. The bear, the Marks Rat. Hold up. I am curious to see Soulbound reward cards. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah. We'll even be able to throw these guys in there. Lovely. Oh, there's not that many. Cool. All right. State of Survival. Better chance for $300. Oh, my goodness. $300 voucher. State of Survival. You are living in the clouds, my friend. Daniel says, there was nothing more annoying than getting to Champ 3 at the end of the season than to lose your first match, start of the season, get knocked back down to gold. I mean, you mean Diamond? Or yes, I know what you're saying, though. It was super, super annoying. That dropping a league was annoying. Agreed. Leandro, hello. Dennis, hey, bro, it's been a long day. What's up? I got 500 to 1,000 fiat to invest today. Any ideas? Of course, not financial advice. Again, it just depends. It just depends on what you want. Are you looking to invest and make a return, or are you looking to buy some cards and level up your deck as a player? If you're looking to do the latter and buy some cards, I mean, I haven't even checked the market in a while. How are card prices looking overall for Chaos specifically? Oops, I don't want promo, and I don't want gold. These are staying relatively steady. I'm so shocked to see Quicks the Devious more expensive than these other summoners. I don't know why, but to me that's kind of outrageous. But then again, it's the only dragon summoner, but still. Like, you go to Untamed and you look at the legendary summoners, and Camila, it's more expensive than Camila Sungazer? What? Like, you'd never see Camila Sungazer more expensive than these guys. That's just wild to me. So the question then becomes, is Quicks overpriced, or are these guys underpriced? And from a circulation standpoint, I think that will come into play at some point. I do want to see. Oh, wait, we looked at summoners, right? Oh, Sloan under $1 again. Man, I should just max out my general Sloan. why are the summoner prices are coming down significantly? I wonder if we're gonna get a nice kind of like, for lack of better words, I'll call it just like a nice little lull Goldilocks period where right after we sell out, a bunch of packs are opened and cards actually dip in price rather than going up right away. We could hit an interesting point where the card prices may come down, but pack prices start going up just for a short period of time, right? Because the market will be flooded with cards. We already know that there's like an abundance of packs, but the rationale behind a lot of this is like, oh, once packs are no longer in the store, a lot of people will be selling potentially for higher. Like people who are, just trying to offload packs on the market right now will look at this and say, oh, packs are going for like $250. Well, now they're out of the store. I'm going to raise my floor price. I'm talking about like people who have like thousands of packs. I'm going to raise my floor price to $3 because eventually we're going to get there, or $4, right? We're eventually going to get there. So let me just start doing that. But I don't know. There could just be a weird kind of time. So, I didn't answer your question though. Alex said LP pools, PKM SPS. You're welcome. Yeah, I think that has a pretty high return. Where to invest? 500 to 1,000 fiat. Again, it just depends. At the end of the day, when it comes to assets in the game, I don't like investing in cards. They're too inflationary of an asset class. At this point, I wouldn't even necessarily touch land. It's just too much of like an expensive pack opening, and we don't know the details. You don't know how much of a return you're going to get on land, especially once they turn the SPS rewards off. Because keep in mind, they will turn the SPS rewards off for land once this card staking thing goes live, and they're planning that in Q2. So you only have like 3 more months of getting not free SPS, but like unencumbered SPS, right? You don't have to do anything for it. Unconditional SPS. So yeah, I'm a big fan of SPS and GLX right now. I'm not saying that they can't go down, but in terms of like upside potential, that's where I feel most confident in parking a lot of my capital. But you got to do you, and you got to figure out, like, I have the choice, right? I have the choice of like maxing out my deck or buying more SPS, or dollar cost averaging into SPS. But I don't know. Not financial advice. It is what it is. There's about 3 to 4 million packs in open. I figure Nifty will open all their 500K. I believe, well, Nifty's not doing the opening because they don't control the packs, but I believe Aggie already opened 250,000. So when we cross the threshold for 14 million, we'll probably get another 250,000 opened. If land comes out before Rebellion to the point where you have to stake cards, I see massive card pack price increase coming. Yes, that could be big. And we know that their plan, at least as of now, is for land to come out, land 1.5 to come out before Rebellion. Because keep in mind, they said Rebellion is Q3 and most likely not July, maybe like September. Whereas land 1.5, they're trying to get out by the end of Q2, which is June. So I get excited thinking about the summer. Whole summer of Splinterlands thing. I think that we could find a little bit of a Goldilocks bubble moment for us in the summer, regardless of what's happening in the macro, right? Because macro, I have no idea what's going on, but obviously inflation's a little bit on the rise. But there's also some good things happening in macro, so I'm not as worried about it. But I do think that Splinterlands can exist in a mini bubble. Again, that doesn't mean SPS is going to $1. That doesn't even mean SPS is going to like 50 cents or whatever. But it could be an interesting time. Is all I'm saying. Take one of the team, get a gold foil. Yep. BC, come join Absalom. We have an awesome high performance guild, and we will welcome you with open arms. Nice. There you go. You got an invite. SPL needs to remake Tier 4 Brawls. Too many frays with Wild and Untamed set. Let's see. I think it's actually still important for there to be a lot of Wild and potentially even Untamed, but I'm curious to know what the numbers actually look like. Okay, so you got, Chaos Legion is still very competitive in Wild, so I'm not as worried about that. In something like this, it might actually be more difficult because you're probably going to get a lot of untamed. But I would find wild, meaning that it's, anybody can join, would probably be a little bit easier. There's 2 there on the gold. So gold, there's 3 wild and 2 modern. I mean, if you're looking for chaos only phrase, I don't think we're ever going to get that. These in maybe 6 months or by the end of the year are all going to switch to chaos and rebellion phrase, right? And then obviously Untamed is going to shift over into the wild stuff. But actually, see, there's an alpha fray here, and I wonder if at some point this is going to be alpha beta, right? And then you have alpha beta here. I wonder if at some point this is going to be alpha beta and modern. So yeah, interesting stuff. You don't have a max gold foil blood maker? No, I didn't go for max gold foil cards. You're welcome. Are you from BC too? I have friends in Kelowna. Van Quicks is better than most. No, you started D3 if you finished C3, so gotcha. Okay. Oh, got it. Okay, now I understand. Quick should be around 16 to 18. Well then overhyped or overpriced. I'm waiting for $1 quicks. State of survival. I wish I could live in your world. Max your summoners while you can, except legendaries. I still need those to be cheap. Maybe I should max my summoners. What's it going to cost me to do I'll check Splinter cards later. Smart people are waiting to open packs for the Dragon Summoner to be available. In the packs, cards will probably drop in price a bit. Yep. I think it may have threw some people with land. I think everyone was under the assumption summoners needed for land, but now it's unknown. Yeah, I mean, Matt came on directly said they don't want to limit it by summoners. So I was under that assumption too until he said that. I'm slightly bummed they're reducing the 99 mana battles by half. I could never fill them, so to me it wasn't, I don't know, I always felt like it was more difficult for me because my opponents had way more high mana cards. I'm from Iowa, BC's just my initials. I don't like investing in cards unless it's OP, but even that, one small change, new rule set, and what you thought is a good investment no longer. Yeah, I mean, I can't touch cards as an investment class. There's just too many factors. Obviously, market, it's still subject to certain things within the market. Although sometimes cards hold their value better just because people like playing with them. But meta changes, new sets, new cards releases, new abilities. It's just, I don't know. I like buying cards for myself and playing with them. And that's how I approach this as a game. The other assets are interesting, though, from an investment standpoint. And I wonder if land will be different. I wonder if land is going to be different in certain ways because they really want it to be like a business, right? They want you to run a business. So if you put in certain capital and try to compete with the market there or attack certain undersupplied sectors, right? Because I think there's going to be a ton of resources. So early on, I think resources are going to be very scarce, and you're going to have to look around and see, well, how many lands are producing? Wood is probably going to be common, but how many lands are producing this obscure material? And is my land able to do that? Well, if you go and you're just wait a second, there's only 3 lands that have the ability to produce this thing, in the entire of what's open right now. And, this resource is going to be vital for X, Y, or Z. Yeah, let me level up my land now and start, taking advantage of that. So it's going to be a whole, different game. As Matt says, resource management. The only downside I see to PKM SPS is that if SPL goes off Hive, it might mess up Jarvie a bit. So there is that. SPL will not go off Hive anytime soon, though. Is Absalom from Roma gone wrong? I don't know what that means, Daniel. Is that the guild name? Aaron Kennedy is recruiting for Team Possible. Yeah, there's a lot of Team Possible guilds out there. some history. Beta sells out October 2019. Angel of Light, regular foil, $2.50. November 2019, $2.90. December. Interesting. Yeah, I actually do think we are going to feel this card scarcity. I know right now everything just seems oversupplied and whatever, but the team is like, again, I say this because I think they're going to do everything in their power to make sure we feel asset scarcity this year. I think like that is the goal, right? They're going to put in all these syncs, add in all these different game features that people can play in. And if it's enticing enough for the whales or enticing enough for whale players, meaning like, people who throw more money into the game than take out, because for them, it's just fun. Again, I look at all the land stuff that they might potentially do, Emperor and all that. I look at all the stuff with tower defense where, there's going to be a lot of potential leaderboards in tower defense of like, what was it that, they had mentioned like some like, who can burn like the most SPS or burn most DEC or something like that. It's going to be interesting. So going to open 250 CL packs in a couple days after airdrops. Exciting. Is the Syphilis Summoner that bad? I don't know who said. Oh, Thispa. I've heard from others that they don't want Syphilis 8. I don't know. I thought she's underrated, but then again, that might just be. I mean, underrated, but I still don't have a max copy. Splex is better to look for missing BCX if you want to level your cards. Oh, is it? Okay. Good to know. I use Splinter cards. Cards as an investment is a short, medium-term play. I look at it as I'm holding till the next bull run, dump, wait for Baron repeat. Yes, there is a trade there, right? But it's not like I came in and I talked about this early on, which I pivoted away from after obviously the market took a turn, but it's just like, it's not like I used to think of it as digital real estate, right? These cards are always going to have value, but the volatility in price and the volatility through a bunch of other things made me realize it's not really digital real estate. There is a trade to be made though. And I'm sure many people are looking at now, right? We're coming up to the end of a set here. And in the next 6 months, potentially, if card scarcity is felt, we could see that volatility come into play, right? We could see card prices spike. In fact, what I fully expect over the next, we'll call it 12 months in Splinterlands, I think everything just plays out like it did before, right? History doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. And so I would say that we're probably going to see a little bump. We're going to see a little hype and FOMO run sometime this summer, maybe even the fall before Rebellion comes out. Everybody gets hyped for Rebellion. You bring in a ton of new players into the game because they see this candle, green candles on the Splinterlands side of things. And then we get Rebellion come out. And we're still going to be in a macro bear or sideways market, not yet in a full-on bull run. And so we get to the point where there's like a lull in Rebellion, similar to Chaos Legion. Now, how they design the pack tokenomics or the pack distribution for Rebellion is going to be important in that. But ultimately, I feel like a year from now, we're going to be in the same place where people are complaining because they bought a bunch of packs for Rebellion early on, and the prices have just gone down as more and more packs get opened and blah, 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 all that fun stuff. It's going to feel like Chaos Legion all over again. And then come 2025 or end of 2024, right? We could start seeing some interesting things happening. Because I don't think the macro bull run will happen until Bitcoin halving, or 12 months after Bitcoin halving. Ron gone wrong. The robot calls the boy. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Syphilis equals Possibilis. Masshole came up with it. Oh, I thought it was this spot. What was your question then about Possibilis? It's not terrible. I just don't use them all the time. Oh, I just got home and power's finally back on. Nice. Got voucher comrades here. What is up, guys? Cool on the new rating system. Hey, Stever. Yes, we are very excited about the new rating system. I don't know. To me, that's just going to make the player experience across the board way better. Damn, Possibilis trading for $16 though. Ooh, Queen Mycelia back to 10. Very, very interesting. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Hold on. I just have a little thing that I'm using here. It's still going to cost me $37 to max my Kelia, and that's already at level 7. Where are the other ones? Obsidian's going to cost me $61. No, get out of here. Tarsa, 45. Thaddeus, 56. General Sloan is 43. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not like this is gonna having those summoners max is gonna get me into champion anyway. But what's nice is that if I can reach Diamond 1 by the end of the season, I don't drop back down to Gold anymore. And I could just be a Diamond level player. Even though my deck is mainly Gold. All right, so Guild is Absalom. It's an obscure Bible character from the Old Testament. Was known as the most beautiful man in the kingdom. And he rebelled against his father, the king, and he ended up dying. That sounds like a tragedy. All right, well, there's the guild. There's the reason behind the guild name, guys, if you want to join Absalom. State of Survival. When do you think Rift Watchers will sell out? I think it'll still be a little while because mainly, in my opinion, people are waiting for there to be another potential proposal. I think people just don't want to touch Rift Watchers. Maybe there'll be a little bit more incentive for people to buy Rift Watchers once Chaos Legion is out. But think about the folks who have Chaos Legion Max right now and they're good on Chaos Legion cards. They're waiting for Rift Watchers to be able to feel a little cheaper, right? Or at least they need to get Rift Watchers, and I don't think anybody feels like they need to get Rift Watchers now. So I think if there is another proposal to shift it over to DEC, then we could see that happen. But what's interesting is if the peg, all right, the gap to peg closes, that's another thing that could cause Rift Watchers to sell out. Because if DEC goes to peg or is like close to peg, people are going to look at that and be like, oh, well, I was waiting for there to be another proposal that would push, Rift Watchers for DEC. But now, even if that happens, I'm only saving a couple percentage points with Rift Watchers. I might as well just buy the packs now, right? I don't really care. That, or we start to see SPS rise in price. But those are probably the two main things that would cause Rift Watcher pack sales to pick up. Virus, what's going on, man? Fragsmania, I think GLX will appreciate in price even if people already have big bag to buy nodes. They have to unstake them. That will increase the APR. Yeah, I'm excited. Go ahead and unstake your GLX, guys. I want to get more and more and more. In fact, let's go over to Splinter Cards and spend some time here. Just refresh the page. Ooh. So we are seeing burned GLX now approaching 200,000. We'll have to burn a lot more. If the GLX price doesn't move and we sell out of, actually, let's not even be bullish here. Let's be bearish. Let's say only 500 nodes are bought, right? Initially or in the pre-sale. Obviously, there's 1,000 for sale, but 500. Oh, hold on. Let me do my math here. Was it 500 divided by 0.0? We'll just say 0.04 if it's up to 4 cents. Wait, why am I being an idiot now? Hold on. What's the math on this? Oh, guys, I'm having a total brain fart here. It's 500 times 1,000 divided by 0.04. Okay, so we would need to burn 12.5 million GLX. Now, I don't know how much GLX is actually out there in the world. They don't have that on the GLS page. They don't have an accurate version on the GLS page because it says like total liquid is almost 1 billion, which obviously is not true. There's some set aside for, of course, there's like 1.4 billion sitting in the DAO. But yeah, I mean, to think about the fact that let's assume, and I know you know what happens when we assume, but we already know that this isn't the case, right? In terms of total GLX that's out there, man, I wish if there's a site that has the total number of GLX, please do let me know. But let's say there's roughly double, right? Obviously, it's not mirroring Splinterlands that closely, where roughly half of it is staked, but 12 million GLX out of 100 potential 120 million GLX, that's 10%. We would have to burn 10% of the circulating supply at these prices just to do half, just to buy half of the node licenses. If for all the node licenses, we're burning 20% of GLX if there's 120 million GLX, but clearly there's not. The thing is, we're going to get another 20 million GLX between now and June 6th, right? So that's going to add into the mix. See, this kind of inflation is just not something I'm a fan of. And not inflation, distribution, dilution. So Brandon saying new rating system update plus new rental market tweaks equals proof is team is not waiting for 100% complete solutions to roll out updates. Very good sign. Brandon, I agree, man. The team has been on fire this year. And I know there's still so much salt out there. I know that I was throwing a lot of salt at the end of last year. It was a difficult time. Market was down, layoffs had happened, and we didn't see anything in sight. But we've had several sorry guys, give me 1 second. No, I'll get to that in a second. We've had several months now, or we'll call it almost 2 months now, of constant releases, things that are happening very positively, excuse me, and moving the game in a better direction, right? And it's just small bits and pieces that, ultimately I think are going to be good for the game in the long run. And so I agree wholeheartedly with where you're coming from. The team is not waiting. And I like that they're chunking large projects like Land, maybe even potentially guild alliances, out into smaller bite-sized things. All right, give me 1 second, guys. You know what? I'm just gonna have to get to this later. All right, sorry. I'm just gonna have to get to it later. Okay. I'm sorry, are you waiting for 10 Gladius cases to open them on the YT account? No, I actually lost track. I don't know how much we have on the YT account. So I will go in and whatever we have available, I will open right away, because that account could definitely use some Gladiator help. So I'm exiting GLX this weekend, 4th week of unstaking. The ride was fun. I'm now riding the Splinter Forge train. Interesting. Harris, can you please explain a little bit more what you mean by this? I mean, are you just going all in on Forge? Proposals, reserving CL packs passed this week, and then the starter packages for Land just passed. That's interesting. Yes, it's very interesting, because we're going to get a 4.5 billion DEC sync for Land. Now, here's the thing. Syncs exist for a lot of these tokens already, right? So, voucher syncs have existed for months now, since like September, October of last year, with both Rift Watchers and Tower Defense, and of course, ongoing with Chaos Legion. But it's not like that ate into vouchers, because the demand for it just wasn't there. So I fully expect the demand for Land initially not to be there. Sure, some whales are going to take advantage of the DECB, burn some vouchers, burn some DEC. But until Land Phase 1.5 is actually rocking and rolling, meaning that we have like a reason to start staking things or using DEC or getting your land up and running, I don't think we'll start to see those syncs. So again, I don't know what this looks like. I don't know how much of it we get in Q2, but my hope is that we get something like that in Q2. in terms of like major DEC sinks. So we won't have functional land, but my hope is this whole like Secret of Praetoria thing is going to get kicked off sometime in Q2. And that would actually be awesome for burning a ton of DEC, meaning that in order to start getting the benefits of land, people will look at this and say, yep, I'm going to go through and start leveling up my land, or I'm going to buy these starter packages for my land, and whatever the case is. So is the market for packs yet? I don't think it's picked up. Packs are still relatively cheap on the secondary. Yeah, it's like going for 222 on Hive Engine. Estimated value is still at 212. So, you know, it's close, but not a significant difference in my opinion. 60 million GLX staked would take 25,000 season 41 burn to get $1,000. Yep. Well, again, keep in mind, not all GLX is currently staked. And I just want to know how much is like actually liquid out there. Liquid and available and not sitting locked up in a DAO. I have 2 Splinterlands. No, wonder if I get one dropped. Man, I would love a 1-to-1, but I don't think it's happening. So I'll pivot to a 2-to-1. If we can get a 2-to-1, that'd be awesome. After sound, yes, sir. In my Brave tab next to the stream, I still have maintenance hype with Foyer playing. Was that the one from? Oh, that was the one from Tuesday. You're behind. You have catching up to do. That was a good conversation with Foyer. See, I wonder if anyone will try to arbitrage the last 500,000 packs to get on the leaderboard. Might make pack prices drop a bit. Aaron Kennedy. Imagine being a player who doesn't go on Discord. I would be lost every other week when I log in. Yeah, you know, and actually, one of the kindest compliments or messages that I get on here or comments are people saying that like it's, you know, my life is busy. Like I can't be like following everything that the team is doing and jumping on Discord or following on the Hive blog. So for them, like the videos that I put out are actually really helpful, which again makes me feel like, oh, okay, I'm actually doing something here that's providing value to other people rather than it just being fun for myself, finding people to talk to. So I agree. There's a lot changing that happens weekly at this point. And so I don't know. Splinterlands just isn't designed to be a game for casuals. At least the card game is not designed to be a game for casuals. So I'm really excited for Tower Defense and any kind of arcade style games that they can get going. Because if there is a way to enter the ecosystem as more of a casual player of games, I think people would be much more open to that, right? Again, Tower Defense may be it, although Tower Defense sounds like it's still going to be a little complicated. But the moment we get an Angry Birds, Candy Crush, whatever type of thing within Splinterlands where someone can come in, they're not going to be making a lot, but it's just like, yo, I had some time while I was riding on the train or, you know, waiting at the doctor's office or something. I don't need to learn the meta of like a super complex card strategy game, but I could do, you know, play a couple of, was it Angry Birds things and shoot them around or whatever. And I'll make a DEC here or there or a DEC here. And it's like, yes, that's exactly what we want, because right now most people are playing games and they don't get much out of it, right? So, or they don't get anything out of it. Get aboard the Splinter Forge train. Alex doesn't use Discord. There you go. These videos are just for you, Alex. Just thought about this. Venari marks Rat as a tank, Jared second, then all the cards with Resurrect. That'd be funny. How many cards in life would have Resurrect? I know of at least 3: Chancius, Darius, and Adelaide. I meant GLX packs, sorry. Oh, those are not trading on Hive Engine yet, so we don't know. The issue with Resurrect, your monster loses its turn, so it might not even get an attack in. Yeah. It's new and it's kind of fun. The earning is good, but you need to invest heavily in your hero. I'm just waiting on the marketplace, and I will go ham and upgrade my hero. All right, well, good luck, man. Yeah, I mean, I just want to learn more about what the plans for Splinter Forge are. I think it's a cool team. It's just, you know, I don't like to jump into anything without fully understanding it. And the Forge token, especially now that it's kind of off peg from DEC, makes me wonder what they're going to do. Martyr is best next to Double Strike. Won't disagree with that. I estimate to put a Twitch link at the top of the SPL website with notifications when people go live. I think that will help the non-Discord community be. Yeah, actually, on the website, they should actually. This is a fantastic idea. I mean, not for like random content creators like me or whatever, but the Splinterlands TV thing should be linked to, and there should be a little notification that pops up every hour or whenever somebody new comes on. It says like, oh, if you're playing the game and you want to like listen to some content right now, they should definitely be driving people to Splinterlands TV. I agree. I don't know if they'll be able to put that in soon or if that's easy, but I personally, sure, will it be annoying? Maybe, but I think the option should be there. And then if you want to turn off like specific notifications, they can offer that functionality. But a lot of times, like if I'm just online and all of a sudden like I see I'm playing some games and all of a sudden I see like boom, somebody went live. I don't necessarily see that in Discord, but I might see it in the game and then I'll turn it on. So excited for Splinter Forge Marketplace. I see Flow. I think it should be an actual tab on Splinterlands. That would be cool. It's not a bad idea either. Do you think they will let us know the number of nodes needed for a drop and try to push SP node sales? Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's any way that they go into the pre-sale without telling us that information. I mean, you could look at it as like them just trying to push GLX node sales and saying, oh, we're not going to release this information until after. So therefore, like, folks are in that way. Folks are starting to sorry guys, I keep getting distracted here. Keep getting messages. All right, let me turn this off because that's just going to keep being annoying for me and I will have to address it later. Okay, so what were we talking about? Number of nodes needed. Yeah, I think that they have to let us know beforehand. It's just otherwise, if they're trying to push everybody due to uncertainty, like I don't think that I would go and buy a node without knowing how many I'm going to get airdropped. So that's my thought. Wait, so max rating, does this mean you can't go higher? So say I'm in bronze currently, but at rating of 1140, does that mean it will go down to 999? I don't remember specifically, but we can go take a look. If you're at 1140 at the end of the season, you'd be in silver 3. No, you would go down to 550. See, silver's weird because there's not as much wiggle room to go down. So instead of going to 500, you go to 550. So where this really starts to open up more is once you get into silver 1 and above, I would say. And then really at the top, like you want to get to silver 1 if you can, because then you start back at silver 3. One monster with Dispel ruins that while life play. You're right, Tice. Stupid Dispel. It's too powerful now. Also a random content creator. Yes, there you go. See? Stever is another random content creator. What I'm trying to say is that if I was the company, right, and I was deciding on what to put, I wouldn't want to link to any random content creator. Like I'm saying that this channel is a random content creator. I think that it should be sent only to Splinterlands TV. I mean, they're investing so much into that, and that is controlled to a certain extent by the company, right? They know what's going on there for the most part, or they've vetted and hired people who are going to come in and, talk about the game, play the game, offer advice and all that. Like that's what Splinterlands TV is supposed to be. If I ever jump on here with a non-Splinterlands related stream or something, Splinterlands should not be reaching out to my channel for any reason. I think Tower Defense will be the Candy Crush style game of SPL. I hope so. I don't agree with you, Aaron, but I hope so. I think Tower Defense is still going to be just as complicated, and there's going to be probably a certain level of buy-in you will need to make. But I hope that it'll be less of a learning curve, like an exponential learning curve, than something like the Splinterlands card game. So, if somebody can come in and buy, let's put it this way, somebody comes in, they buy a spell book, right? They get $3 worth of credits, and then maybe they spend another, we'll just say another $10, right? So in total they're spending, or in total they're spending $20, right? So somebody comes in, they want to play for $20, one-time fee. They can go in and buy a good amount of towers and spells, even at level 1, and then just start playing. And it's fun, it's casual. You don't need to learn like crazy high meta and whatever. Hopefully the gameplay loop is addictive, similar to Splinterlands, the card game. And then ultimately, it becomes something where it's just like, maybe you get enticed to level up your towers. Maybe you get enticed to then hit the market and be like, I kind of want to stake some of these monsters. Like, what's a cheap monster with this ability that I can go and stake in here? But overall, I don't know if it's gonna be easy enough, because I still feel like tower defense is going to be somewhat complicated, but it's not a bad thing. I would just hope that we get an easier arcade style game where you can literally just pop in and out. Wilson's in the house. What's going on? Luke, Noah, I'm talking. I haven't clicked advance. Will my rating be capped? I don't know what you're saying, dude. Just look at the chart here, and you can figure out where your rating's going to be. There will not be any rating caps. I mean, it's just the max rating that you can get in a league, and then you jump up to the next league from there, or level. Was max rating lower than before? I never tracked those. No, the only changes to max rating or to ratings at all is in champion, and they outlined this in the post. So they changed champion, so now it's not 500 between each level, it's 300, similar to all the other levels. Virus, the people that get to the 1 league, i.e. gold 1, will no longer be able to enter the silver tournaments. Well, that's something to know. I mean, if you're playing in gold, I feel like you shouldn't. If you're playing in gold, you should have to pay like the increased price to play in anything in silver. Like now that I play in diamond most of the time, I can't get into the gold league tournaments without paying like 10x whatever everybody else is. So that's fine with me. I don't know. I love tower defense style games. I'm excited about the game. Don't get me wrong. I'm being a little bit more reserved in my optimism for it being the magic bullet, or the what do they call it? Like the killer app that onboards a ton of people, right? So again, I mean, I think a Candy Crush style game where you can earn even just little bits here and there will be that. But I don't think we're quite there yet. I don't know that tower defense will be there. I want tower defense to be somewhat complicated, if I'm being honest. I want to enjoy some kind of challenge, and I want to like feel rewarded for leveling up in it, similar to how I do with Splinterlands. But I think that because it's being designed from scratch from another game studio completely, my hope is that there will be like this leaderboards and Hall of Fame, or was it a trophy room that we get, just because it's coming from a very like Web 2 style model, and that's obviously what we're trying to emulate for certain things. So I mean, I think this table is saying that you can't go from silver to gold one like some did, just by rating up in high silver. Okay. Oh, I understand what you're saying now, Virus. Usually after end of season, you can enter all the tournaments for the league below where you ended. Yeah, so you won't be able to do that anymore. Is that... I mean, I don't know. There's trade-offs, right? Like, would people consider that a kind of exploit? Exploit is too strong of a word. As somebody who doesn't like care too much about tournaments, I don't know that. I'm not as worried about it. I'm sure many people who play in a ton of tournaments may not like that. So maybe they stay out of gold 1, right? Like, but here's the thing. Most of the people who are doing that, like going up to gold or diamond 1, for example, is only going to be for people that want to stay in that level, right? If you want to take advantage of that, whatever you want to call it, not exploit, but if you want to take advantage of that loophole, I mean, just staying. You can just jump up to gold 2 or gold, yeah, gold 2 or diamond 2. So yeah. if we're looking strictly as an ROI, in your opinion, in 5 years, do you think the cards will be better or SPS? I think there's a lot of new syncs for cards coming and may outpace the need for SPS. Very clear SPS for me. I mean, again, this is not financial advice, but just understand that 3 years from now, if the player base jumps to 1 million people in the space, they will create 100 million packs of cards. And sure, they can create the syncs for it, but packs are inflationary. If we jump to 1 million players in the next bull run or whatever the case is, there will still only be 3 billion minus however much we've burned SPS. So again, I'm not saying that you can't get a return on cards. And I'm not even saying that the ROI on cards, the ROI on SPS will definitely be better than cards. But maybe it's the Bitcoin maxi in me. I just, if I'm gonna be buying things or investing in something, it would be in something that will not be tampered with so easily, right? Of course, the DAO in 3 years could choose to start minting more SPS if we really needed it, right? And at that point, that would be another big red flag for me. But I would think that there's enough maximalists in the group that would downvote anything like that from the DAO, unless like we really, really needed it for some silly reason. Maybe we burn too much SPS and then it's like, well, let's increase the cap again or something. But yeah, from a strictly ROI perspective, I just don't see how, if the game grows and you look at cards versus SPS, more cards will be printed, no more SPS will be printed as it currently stands right now. So it's very clearly an SPS thing. And as long as they continue to give SPS value over time, value and utility, then yeah. All right. Let us see here where things stand. All right, so we went through that. We were on Splinter Cards because I wanted to check out something and I forgot what it was. GLX sitting pretty at almost 4 cents. Oh, I guess we did cover the GLX stuff. Or over 2.2 million SPS burned to convert to DEC. And the DAO has... Does the DAO really have 78 million SPS in it? Oh, wait, no, it has like 120 million SPS. How come we don't see that nicely put here? But check that out. Node license. Okay, so I'm just curious. If you were to buy the floor price for licenses right now, it's about, we'll just say like $1,100 for the floor price on licenses. So on my little calculator here, $1,100. So, it's, if you buy it from the store, it's 14%. But if you buy it from Hive Engine, it's almost 35% of a return at current prices. And I don't know, with the airdrop coming out, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an increased demand, especially once an announcement is made on how many you're going to need. So that could be an interesting trade there too. Again, I'm not telling you to do it. It's just, if they come out, or when they come out with that amount, I'm sure some people, especially those higher up, will feel like it is worthwhile for them to go onto the market and top up to get an extra thing. But the bid ask, sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this on a separate computer. Yeah, the ask is 1150, so I guess that's not really 1100 isn't the floor price. Gosh, this just bothers me so much. Can we just get accurate data in here? Why is it so difficult? We just want accurate data. They're still including the null wallet address. Yeah, it's included here too. So Dennis, do I need a good laptop to run nodes once the node network is up? I may need to invest in hardware. I have no idea. I am unsure. I don't have the technical specs, nor am I technically inclined to be able to answer that question. My guess is they want to make it as easy and simple to run. So I don't know that you would necessarily need a good laptop, but as long as it's something functional, it shouldn't be, running the node shouldn't be something that's like very taxing on your computer. At least I hope that that's not the case, because we want as many people running nodes as possible, license or no license. Speaking of which, let me see. I want to do a little calculation here. So we are now, 4 burns away from Lily Shieldpaw. How's everybody feeling about that one? So is it, whoa, 13, 9, 15, 6, 6, 4. Man, if somebody wants to buy like 9,300 packs between now and Monday, we can, between now and Sunday, I guess, we could actually get this thing unlocked on Sunday morning rather than Monday morning. Who's going to be the hero that we need? And then that'll push the potential final burn for Chaos Legion up to March 16th. So we'll be very much encroaching on the March 16th or mid-March timeframe. Again, that's assuming 300,000 packs get aside for reward chests, and another 250,000 packs are set aside for Nifty. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Whoopsies. Greetings, Merlins. Good to have you here. Virus, I'm surprised Lily isn't on the map server yet. I don't know. It feels like stuff with this last summoner, everything has been a little bit more condensed for time. So I guess I'm not surprised. Actually, you're right though. If they showed us the stats on Monday, that should have been something that we should have gotten on the in the map server with like the. Actually, they don't even need to wait for the Tuesday update, so we may get it. We may get it like over the weekend and just see if there's any issues. But yeah, at this point, we're 4 days away, less than 4 days away. I wonder if they're just gonna set it for like Monday at 5 a.m. Eastern time in the U.S. After a couple hours after that burn. But we'll wait for more information on it. I'm very curious to see how powerful it ends up being. My hope is that it is obviously more powerful than people are giving it credit for. But you don't really like. It's hard to strategize and hypothesize or create the best hypothetical scenarios. Like once you're actually in there and testing it out, obviously that's where we're gonna find the true power of it. Random combos that you didn't even think exist, or certain rule sets where it's just like, oh my god, this is a no-brainer. Are you going to wait to fill out your Lily for the market to drop, or do you think prices will only increase? I know all the prices dropped after a couple days, but not thinking this is, Aaron, this is a really good question. I don't think that there's enough hype and FOMO in the Splinterlands ecosystem to match what happened at the end of Untamed. Again, we'll have to wait and see. So Monday is going to be very, very exciting, I'll say, for Splinterlands. Monday is going to be super exciting. I'm not outside of, or on top of the fact that it is going to be a what's that called? Splinterlands Town Hall Day. It just, once we see what the appetite is to win that 100 land plots or 50 land plots, whatever it is, like all these whales that are probably holding off on buying packs right now, if they come in and start to really move the market, that could create that FOMO sentiment, just because of competition between whales or competition between guilds that are, or group buys that are happening. Now, I know YGG as of now is not planning anything, or they're going to sit this one out, which, I mean, that's understandable. They did a huge thing for the other deal, or for the holiday deal. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be exciting. If there's not as much hype and we end up burning a significant amount of the last million packs, and it's really not even last million, but last like 450,000 packs, then, I think Lily comes onto the scene, prices go down initially as people are selling off. And then the interesting thing is, now that all the airdrops are there, people will start opening packs. And if they already have a max Lily and they keep getting, if they already have a max Lily and they keep getting, more of them in packs, we get more supply, they sell those in the market, that could drive the price down. So, what's exciting is, as we head into March, I actually think all of next week could be really, really fun. Let's just put it that way, right? Like, if we start to see things shake out early March, right? Like, or end of April, end of February, early March, there could be a little hype and FOMO. And then I don't think that prices just skyrocket. I think we're going to have like a weird lull period, and then slowly we'll start to feel the sinks come in, right? Maybe tower defense comes out, maybe what's that called? Land 1.5 starts coming out, and like we start to get like little bits and pieces of it in April. And so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, now to answer your question about Lily specifically, it's not your question specifically, but to think about Lily compared to a lot of the other summoners, I think Lily represents a lot of them, a lot of unknowns, and also just the versatility of Dragon, and its unique power with camouflage and triage and all that. I think will make it highly desirable. So you're absolutely right. I think that the price compared to its peers may be elevated from the get-go, and even if it dips, it might still be elevated higher than a lot of the other legendary summoners. But we'll see. What if it comes out and it's just an absolute bust in terms of its meta breaking abilities? Then maybe we'll start to see it sell more. I don't know. Super FOMO Monday, yeah. Super FOMO March is going to be, I don't know, guys. Again, I keep talking about this. I just feel like March onwards could be a very interesting time for Splinterlands, like, because it's March and then Q2. If the team continues to deliver at the pace that they're delivering, we get small bits and pieces here that's making the game better, that's making the new player experience better, that's bringing in players through this nifty thing, that's bringing in players through whatever other kinds of like partnerships or promotions. Like, there's still potentially a promo card that we might get in March, right? If they're trying to do this quarterly, that's kind of on the roadmap for Q1. They did one in April, or in December, right, which is the Salty Bear. So we could get a couple of interesting things happening in March, and then of course in Q2 you have probably the launch of Tower Defense, Soul Keep. I need to start calling it Soul Keep now. You have the launch of that. You have Land 1.5, which again, I don't think is going to be like, wait until the end of June and then here's all of Land Phase 1.5. There's a chance in April we get, after we forgot about surveying, right? So you'll be able to survey your land in March. But once that is live, maybe by the end of April, we get something where it's just like, okay, you can start building certain things on your land, or you can start redeeming your land starter package things. And then at the end of May, we get, all right, you can start planning around like your staking plans or whatever, and start putting monsters on. Maybe you don't earn anything yet, but that's the ability to start staking monsters is there. And then by end of Q2, SPS being given out randomly is no longer available, and you have to stake monsters on your land to get it, right? Or maybe that happens in May. I don't know. And then maybe by the end of Q1 or Q2, you have the full on like Secret of Praetoria. Like I could actually see, I could actually see that happening a lot sooner than people expect. I would assume that if I was the team, I don't want people to just be getting free SPS. I know we voted for that as a community, but we did that because we wanted there to be some kind of benefit given to people who've been holding land for a while. But if the team can make it so that you have to do some kind of work on land, even if it's not for buildings, even if it's not for resources yet, but just to earn SPS initially, it goes from, hey, if you want to earn SPS, you got to stake your land fully, right? You got to put 5 maxed out monsters on there in order to start earning that SPS. Well, now that land pool gets shrunk down, or sorry, the available land that's eligible for it gets shrunk down to only people that are willing to take cards off the market and put it in to continue receiving SPS. And I'm not a dev, right? So I don't know the technical kind of things that need to go around that, but that may not be something we have to wait 3 months for. We've seen the team start to move very quickly on certain things. So my hope is that we could see that potentially even in early Q1, right? I think right now they're trying to get surveying out, and surveying is going to be a big deal, right? Let's be real about it. Like surveying is going to be a big deal because it's like it's like a pack opening, right? So there's a lot that needs to go into it. And I don't know how much needs to go into like staking monsters on your land. Obviously that's going to be something, monumental as well. But if it's something that's just like across the board, doesn't matter what kind of land you have, right? You just got to stake 5 monsters on it in order to continue getting SPS. That, I don't know. To me, that seems like it would be a little bit easier to implement than like trying to set up the whole pack design or, pack revealing design and all the different rarities and all the whatever. But again, this is why I'm excited for Q2. I think that there's a lot of cool things that can happen in Q2 sooner than we expect. Virus is betting Lily gets released Tuesday after maintenance. You're probably not wrong. But man, if they make us wait even through the last summoner, the salt in map chat is just so funny because everyone's just like, when summoner. Who's the one over the holidays? Was it Possibilis? Where it's just like everybody was losing their minds and just like, oh, Cryptomancer's on vacation. So now it's just like, I guess this will end. I don't think that you're wrong. We'll just, end Chaos Legion in style. Super saying, I think Lily will go up a lot because it is strong for a while, and I look at the cards that come out last, they go quicker. Yeah, there's definitely a precedence for that, I think, with Kitty. So I'm wondering if anybody was here during beta and saw the beta sell out, and if those legendary summoners follow that same kind of model. Venston, is there any measure of how much land is claimed to unclaimed? I don't think there's anything clean, but we can go to the land tab here. Oh, people are actually buying land in the game, in the land marketplace here. I mean, we can see roughly how much has been turned from, land claim to land deed. I think that is the terminology that they're using. So we'll just say that 47 regions already, full regions have, actually no, more than that. Because regions 1 through 47 are already full. But then you also have regions 49 and 50 that have been taken. So we're almost close to a third of the way there, right? Once we clean up region 48, then that's it. Or if somebody comes in and claims region 51. So we have a third of land already deeded out. If that's the proper word. And I wonder if people are so worried about the travel aspect that once we get into like the early 60s ranges or 70s ranges and are close to the middle, maybe it'll go a little bit faster. So where are we at right now? 48. Yeah. I want to be, if anybody has unclaimed land, like I want to be in a region or even a tract with other people that I know. So I think Walking Keys had told me that he wanted to like do that at some point on a live stream. So I told him to give me a heads up. Just because I think like if you're with people you know, you can work together on all of the kind of group activities within your tract, and then obviously within your region too. But I think tracts are just going to be kind of a smaller sub community in there where you can get some bonuses. So I want to be with people that I know rather than just being random. Only roughly the first third have been claimed. Oh, there you go. Gather Magic is following it. But are all plots owned? Yeah, I think every land plot was bought, so it's not like there's anything that hasn't been sold. It'll be interesting if we never get to 150. I got unclaimed, both of mine. I have 2 unclaimed. Get me in the mix, please. I claim one. I have. Hey, should we? Maybe we should do a stream here. I would love to be with all of you guys. Do you have a preference? Because I at this point I don't have a preference. I wanted to get 47 because it was like the furthest south, and then I slacked and missed, which is probably for the best because I don't know who else is in 47. But if people are interested, we could target I have 2. I only have 2 plots, right? So, but I would love to target maybe a specific region and then a specific tract, so that I know. And actually, what's great here for folks, if you guys want to, of course. But Vilson's got 2, Vincent's got 2. Gathering Magic has 4. I have 2. Like, just between like the 4 of us, we almost have 10% of a tract, right? Like we could dominate 10% of a tract. So, and I'm sure I can get Darkest Night in the mix. I think he still has 2 unclaimed as well. So yeah, we will definitely coordinate. Aaron wants to come in. We're already above 10%. With Darkest Night, if he wants to jump in, that's 12%. So we could okay, we should totally do one. Looking at 83 just for the name. I don't know what the name of 83 is. I guess we can go. 69 is the target. Where is 69? 69 should be in a good spot. Oh, it's not close to the middle, but that's okay. What's 83's name? Oh, Daggerdale. All right, that's cool. Be cool if we did claim together and one of us got a keep / castle. Yeah, definitely. So here's the beauty of this, right? Like, I want to be with active players, and I want to be with people that I know potentially, right? So obviously you guys come through here. We've built up a rapport. We know that we're going to be in the game. We can all kind of plan and map this out together, which I think would be great. Oh, Level Up Life has 10 and he's in 2. Let's freaking go. All right, so we'll have to decide. I think 69 is probably going to go fast when we get there. But do people want to be like closer to the middle? Are you good with something in like the 50s, or should we wait until, I don't know, the closest that I can see here is 63. That could be something if you're trying to be, as close to this mountain range as possible, or this volcano. So I don't know, maybe we start looking at this in like 62, 63, and what we'll do is maybe set up like a specific stream for it so we can all claim. But yeah, again, I would love the idea if we're all in the same tract, because then it's like we're all working together. We have it's a benefit for us, and I would trust one of you guys with a castle or a keep more than I would, trust some random person. I would, if I'm going to contribute and give passive income, right, to somebody who's owning a keep or a castle, I would much prefer that to be somebody who's coming here and a part of the community here. BC only have 1, but I'm in. Let's go. We can all trade between each other. Yeah, this is okay. I think this is a good idea. And I'm sad I didn't focus on it earlier, but maybe that was for the best. I think some of my guild have unclaimed plots. Could probably find 10 more plots in there. Cool. Yeah, I think once we get into the 60s, we should start considering it. Viruses, I'm putting most of mine when YGG claims, but maybe I'll buy an extra one to join in. Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, man, it'd be cool. Do you know where YGG is planning to claim? Are you allowed to say? Not that I want to steal it from them, because I'm sure YGG has a ton, but then we can steer clear of it and either jump in ahead or make sure we jump in afterwards. I may get more as well. 58? Where's 58? 58's cool. Oh, you could get some next to a lake here. All right, so yeah, let's give this a little bit more time, but I definitely want to get in on this with you guys. So we will target a region and then potentially a tract. Like, see, if we were to go now, there's already 9 or 8 plots that have been taken. So we will do this. We will do this on a live stream, and I'm gonna reach out to what's his name, Walking Keys, and see if he's still planning to do something like that too. Get a poll going. 69 or bust. Location. What's going on, Yvonne? Damn, I need more. Only got 5. I only got 2, but I'll be happy with my 2. There's probably going to be a fast surge of claims near the middle. 26 to 28 went fast. Yeah, you're probably right. That's why, like, even something in like this 60 range here, 61, 66, 67, 68, I'd be okay with. I mean, unless you really want to wait until we get into like the 80s, but that's probably going to go super fast too. What's going to be interesting is if surveying is going to represent an opportunity or like a catalyst for everybody to start claiming their plots or their deeds. The team should reward a plot of land to tournament winners to hype up tournaments. And since they bought at $20, it's a great price now, above 100. I mean, for tournaments are botted, man. I just don't think that it's worthwhile. It's just too tough to like put huge rewards there, because it's like, even if it's a ghost card tournament, everybody can enter in same cards. I think there's just too much anti-competitive behavior in tournaments, unfortunately. Like maybe I would participate just to see how good I am, but if I saw one of the names that usually wins these tournaments win, knowing that there's open rumors about them botting, then I'd be pretty upset about that they're just getting free land at that point. YGG has well over 2 regions. We all know everyone wants the middle. I think YGG is still deciding. Okay, cool. Depending on how profitable Splinter Forge keeps going, I might get one land soon. Cool. That'd be awesome if you can turn Splinter Forge stuff into land. 69 actually has a lot going on around it. On the shore and next to the border, that may be a legit good plan. I mean, just for the memes, right? I'm going to sell everything because of all the Gavin Magic Fun videos. Wood, grain, fish. Yeah, we can get a lot there. Yvonne saying, I've been holding out for land. I'm hoping that when people see how expensive it is, they will dump and I get the land. Yeah. That's definitely an opportunity. I mean, I'm just not buying anymore. I bought what I bought already, and I guess I could play that trade, sell my net land now, and hope that it drops by 50% and then double the amount of land plots I have. But like I said, land is an investment to me. I just wanted to be part of the landlord club. So, having 2 is good, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Just going to enjoy it. What bot service do you know does tournaments? Looks like Virus already answered that for you. Why do people want land in the middle of the map? I think it's because there's an expectation that there's going to be some type of transportation cost. So or travel or transportation costs. So for your resources. So, if it ends up being that, like, to transfer from 106 to 47 is more expensive than, like, 97 to 98, for example, having something centrally located in the map will probably be the best situation long term. But, I feel like the team, they designed the map, they're trying to do all this stuff, but I don't know. I don't think that travel is going to be as big of an issue as people expect it to be. And if they do, it kind of sucks, right? Like, people are going to be upset about that. But, people will find a reason to be upset about anything. Travel for maybe a future PvE zone, indeed. You assuming it does, or for a fact it does tournaments. Think distance won't matter from what Matt said in a previous town hall. Yeah. Also, military borders all the other territories. Indeed. Max, what's going on? Nice, you're still bringing new content daily. I'll try to change it up in one of the videos for you. Yeah, but those costs are passed on to the purchaser anyway. Do we think there'll be a barter system? Trade one NFT for another or buy sell? I mean, there's already a barter system. I mean, it's unofficial, but it's available. You just make sure you do it with a trusted person. If you are one region away or 10, it should be the same cost. I don't know how they're going to design it. I mean, obviously I want land to be awesome, but things are going to change so much over the next couple of years. Bring bots back. Renting is dead. Oh, man. Oh, man. I mean, we're just going to seesaw. This entire community is just going to seesaw back and forth. We love bots. We hate bots. We miss bots. Bots should be banned. I mean, you know what's funny, guys? I don't have Peak Monsters open for some reason. I don't think bots have really gone anywhere. Actually, no, that's a lie. Battles are going back down again. And okay, well, look at that, 106,000 players. Yep, okay, they did go back down. See, I saw this and I was just like, what, 83? And then all of a sudden we jump all the way back up to 178. Last time I was looking at this, I'm just like, oh, we're kind of still in the same range as we were like before, right? That's not that much lower. So maybe somebody was just consolidating accounts, or maybe a bot farm went offline, or whatever the case is. But our average is definitely lower. There's no denying that. Okay, so last month, our average is 171. Last 3 months, our average is 182. So that's significantly down, 5% or more. 180 over the last 6 months. I mean, you can see the trend here is definitely lower. So 170, 180 over the last 30 days or 3 months. But 14-day has 150. Now that is very significant. And then the 7-day has us at 129. But we do have two. Well, here's the thing. Are these outliers? Is the 83,000 and the 106,000, are those outliers, or are they the new bottom of the average, like bottom range of the average? All right, so let's see here. Hashtag free bots. Alex tried to tell you, but y'all didn't want to listen. No, I'm happy about this. I mean, the less bots, the better. I don't care if the numbers of the game go down significantly, because if we know that there's real people and new players coming in don't think that the game is dominated by bots, I think there's a better chance that they stick around. So hello, Aftersound. Nice to see everyone in chat. Good. What's going on, Liberty? It's a widely known and discussed topic, mainly done in higher end tournaments, though, and brawls. And brawls, indeed, Virus. Should have said it in Discord. What did you say, Alex? Oh, okay, you were talking to Virus there. Still holding on for Region 69, tracked for plot 20. Good luck, guys. If you can stick that, that would be very impressive, because I'm sure everybody's gunning for that. I have a feeling once we get to Region 68, somebody's just going to take all of Region 69. Now, renting will go up as people will stake cards on land and tower defense. I hope so. I mean, what's cool to see is people are renting cards or even buying cards for Splinter Forge. So if that's a sign of things to come, as more card, I don't want to call them sinks, but just like card utility comes in from tower defense and land, I think that's a good sign. Cards will drop and rental prices will skyrocket because there will be way lower cards on the market. Maybe they're just testing new strategies and switching on and off all those farms. Probably. Not outliers, but a trend. Well, there's definitely a trend. I would say the data is statistically significant now to represent a trend over the past 30 days, right? Because we went live with it on January 31st, I think, right? So around this time frame. And I think you can clearly see that, there's definitely days where it's not happening. And then on the battle side, actually, let's do this. On the 3 month, you can see that, this past month, or this past, third, whatever you want to call it, has definitely seen lower battles, or lower amount of battles. In, November, we were cruising very, very, I mean, very consistently throughout November, through most of December, or I guess this is the end of November, but November and December we were cruising. January we started to see an uptick. I wonder if this was in anticipation for the uptick is here as well. So this is probably in anticipation for Soulbound reward cards, maybe just trying to max out and earn whatever they could get. You know, all these bots just trying to get whatever they could get before we went to Soulbound, and then afterwards, boom, significant, boom, significant. So we'll see where the trend leads from here. How many KYC players does SPL have? That is a good question. I have no idea. But we can bring that up in the next town hall. People can talk all they want about it, but it's a known fact. Like, someone actually using the bot said they work for tournaments. Or is it just people assuming? It's not. I don't want to say that it's an assumption. It's almost like a taboo topic. People talk about it still, but you'll probably never get the people that use it to openly acknowledge it in Discord. Jedi Sky late. Jedi Sky Knight, not late. Jedi Sky Knight is late. No, you're good, man. We're just hanging out. Although I am probably going to end soon here, as it is getting close to noon. I'm with Tails and Bulldog and maybe one of the other track owners. We'll have 7 to 8. If you guys want to go in together, we could try to work that. Oh, Stever's in too. Let's go. That'd be awesome, man. It'll just be fun. It'll just be fun to be with other people, and we can build this thing up together. Because you know, what's interesting is I actually think who you're in with land will become another sub community in the game. Like, guilds is going to be one part of it, right? And like that creates these sub communities. But land, I think, could represent another sub community of, it's just like, hey, I'm in this tract, or I'm in this region with a bunch of other people that I know, and we're all trying to come together so that we can be the best region, right? If they do any kind of competitions between regions, you know, they could represent like territories or states or nations, right? And it could just be this, again, we're not like going to war with one another, but there could be these kind of, you know, 40 level of I don't know why I said 40, but higher level competition between all of the different regions or tracks. So could be fun. If I had a bot that did tournaments, I'd tell y'all. Oh, I mean, the thing is, here's the problem: is that you can now. So mine don't do tournaments because there ain't a video to hold my hand on how to do it. You know, it's not against terms of service. It's just I find the behavior to be anti-competitive, which is why I don't like joining a lot of the high-end level tournaments. As of now, I really only join tournaments where I know that I won't lose any money, right? So basically, meaning it's just like, if I see there's less than the minimum amount of payouts, right? So if there's like 256 people that will get paid at least something, and there's less than that, I'll join the tournament, because I'm like, well, it's free. And then I actually don't, at that point, then I do not care about losing money, because it's not, you know, I essentially entered in for free. And even if there is anti-competitive behavior, which again, I would assume would be the case, you know, it wouldn't bother me, because it's like, well, I'm just fighting against the wall anyway. And if I can do decently against the wall, then I come away with, you know, 3, 5, 10x of whatever SPS I put in. But if stuff is maxed out, and definitely like the higher like League of Champions stuff, not gonna bother. I don't think my skill set is good enough, first and foremost. But more importantly, I just why would I compete in something against you know, Watson from IBM? With the Secret of Victoria, I would assume there would be some competition between regions. Agreed. That's what I'm thinking too. I just can't wait to see the chaos of players being able to name their land. Yeah, that's going to be interesting if it happens. It's going to be real interesting. I think there'll be a chance to name your region, although I don't know. I mean, they paid the creative team to already go out and name all these regions. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe they won't be as, maybe they won't allow that. I mean, yo, if I get a castle, we're gonna have like Papa Bear Land or something. It's gonna sound like a kid's theme park. I have a code to give me the best set of cards for a certain rule set, but it's boring for me and it's part of the TP. What's TP? I don't do that. I mean, you know, whenever money's involved, everybody's always going to fight for whatever edge that they can get. So, you know, at the end of the day, I just hope we can get to a point where we can do more like in-person events and tournaments. And, you know, that's something that I know that I said I wanted to do and set up, and I'm still hoping to do and set up this year. I just need to reconnect with Weirdbeard. Weirdbeard, if you're here, let's talk soon. I would love to know where you're at with that, because I definitely have been talking to Darkest Night about doing some in-person events. Wife just got her first gold Soulbound card. Nice, congrats. Oh, TP Team Possible. All right, well, we respect your honor or your integrity. I'm about to name one of mine Tails is a fiddler. Oh man, I'm sure he'll love that. I don't think you can name your land. I think you'll be able to name the regions. So Alex, you should probably go out and buy a region. Unless, of course, you get your land plots end up being castles, and then it's the castle owners who decide. But I think everything would ultimately still be within the, you know, Splinterland's discretion for what they can do. You know, in terms of like, it's got to be not necessarily family friendly, but probably still say like stay PG-13 or something. So yeah. Oh, Tails is here. Tails, fight back. You can make your land name called Alex is a troll. I think so much value in this community as always. Holy Auto Tunisia! What? Oh my goodness! What a phenomenal name! What a phenomenal name! Oh man, I'm getting a phone call that I should probably take, but I'm gonna call him back in a couple minutes here. So guys, we are at noon already. So I think I'm going to call it a day. But exciting stuff. I mean, the league rating change that's happening next week, that's going to be huge for gameplay experience. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, for everything else, I think we're good. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, man. Anytime. Oh, not anytime. Specifically Tuesdays, Sundays, and Thursdays. I said that out of order. I'm trying to think if we'll do anything special this weekend for the stream. Maybe Darkest Night will join. I know he's been busy the last couple of weeks, but if he's here, we'll see if we can do something fun. Keep stacking those stats. Yeah. Well, that's not my line. That's Tails. I don't think I have as cool of a what's it, catchphrase. Good chat though. Awesome, guys. Well, have an amazing rest of your Thursday, or if it's Friday morning for you, I hope you have an awesome start to the weekend. And of course, for everybody here, have an amazing weekend ahead. And I will be back most likely on Sunday. And hopefully between now and then, we'll get some interesting stuff that will be content worthy. So if you miss me, there'll be hopefully some cool stuff coming out that we can chat about in the videos, not on the live streams. But if not, then Sunday it is. But yes, everybody take care, have fun, stay safe. Peace.